Hi there, I'm Martha Van Dam, and this is Living Beyond. Today, in our series where we talk about living beyond betrayal, I want to share one very important thought that really is all about you. And that is, this whole process is so exhausting and it's so depleting and it taxes you so much that I really want to talk to you for a minute about taking care of yourself. It is so vitally important that through this whole process, you're taking care of yourself. And by taking care of yourself, I don't just mean that you're getting a pedicure occasionally or that you're going to have lunch with friends. Although those are fabulous things, those are like symptoms of the main thing. What does self-care look like for you? What does taking care of yourself? What does growing look like for you? Well, I will tell you one of the things that you almost can't get away from, and that is that you absolutely need some time to spend with yourself, by yourself, quietly. Now, I understand. You may have laughed when I said that. If you're working two jobs and you've got three kids at home and there's a partner and you've got all this going on, time for yourself can seem like a commodity that is just not available to you. But what I will tell you is, and I say this with all the love in my heart, but I also say it with experience. I homeschooled three kids. I know what it's like to have all that kinds of craziness going on. What I want to say to you is you can find little bits of it. It doesn't have to be huge amounts, and it does not have to be big chunks all in one time, but it needs to be a little bit. It can even be, I remember one time being on a trip at that point in time, I was pregnant, I had two kids, my husband was there, and I'm a confirmed introvert. I like things quiet. All that kind of time with a lot of people and no break is just almost overwhelming for me. And we were staying in one hotel room and we were there for a couple of weeks. And at the end of many evenings, after everyone, including my husband, was asleep, I would get up and I would go into the bathroom. I would put down the lid and I would sit in the bathroom on the toilet in the quiet, dark in the room, but light in that bathroom. Maybe I'd have a book with me. Maybe I'd have a journal. But it was finally quiet and it was finally just me. And it was just tiny snippets of time. But it was very, very needed. So I want to ask you, when are you finding time? How can you find time? Are you finding time to be just with you? You see, it's in those quiet moments when children aren't clamoring, the dog doesn't need to be fed, the cat didn't just throw up. It's in those moments of quiet that our mind can start digging into being real, digging into what's really inside us. That our mind can say to us, what am I upset about? What's the next step? What just happened today? That's where our mind has the space to do those things. So what do you have to do to find time for you? Do you need to trade off with a neighbor with your kids? Is there a family member close by? An awful lot of people in our day and time don't have family members close by, but is there a grandma or an aunt, a sister, an uncle, a brother, someone who can take kids for just a little while off your hand? If it's 30 minutes, if it's an hour. Do you have friends that you can switch off with? Really great and helpful. Does there happen to be a church or a business close by that has a little Mother's Day Out program that'll allow you to either drop your kids in for a couple of hours or allow you to schedule just for one or two mornings a week? Does there happen to be a nursery or a daycare near a business? Does your work happen to have a nursery or a daycare? Is there extended care after your kids are in school, so they could stay for a little bit longer and maybe you'd have a moment or two after work by yourself? Let's get creative. I absolutely positively believe there's a solution to every problem. It just may not be the solution we first think of. It may not be the one we initially would want. So let me throw this out as an example, and we may use it, we may come back to it a time or two. If you've decided that you want to make chocolate chip cookies and you go into your pantry and you discover you don't have any chocolate chips, but you've got oatmeal and you've got cranberries. You're not going to have those chocolate chip cookies because you don't have chocolate chips. But you can make oatmeal cranberry cookies, and those can be real good. or whatever else might be in your pantry. See, our point is, we open the pantry, we look and we see what is available to us. We don't shut the door and go, no chocolate chips, no cookies, too bad, I'm just going to sit here and be sad. Well, the same thing works. We're going to use that idea with what I'm suggesting. I'm telling you, you need time by yourself. I'm telling you there needs to be time for growth. And initially you may look and go, no time. All the kids, the pets, the jobs, got too much going on. I have a sick parent. I got no time. That's what we initially see. No chocolate chips. But if we dig deeper, then we can come up with solutions. And that's what I'm telling you. Dig deeper. Maybe your quiet is in the car on the way to work. After you've dropped off the kids, a little bit of time. Can you leave 10 minutes earlier so that you can sit in the parking lot before you go into work for 10 minutes? That 10 minutes quietly in the parking lot can be gold. Do you get a lunch break? Can you go sit in your car, listen to a podcast for part of the time, and then journal in your car? See, now we start getting creative. There are ways. And that's what I want you to think about. If I need care, I need to be taking care of myself, and I need time for myself, we've got to find a way. I also might throw out some compassion and understanding for you. I know that you've got a lot on your plate. My heavens, if you're dealing with infidelity, your mind is already overwhelmed and overwrought with simply the pain and all the confusion and the upset that causes. So it's harder to think through and come up with a solution at this point. So I realize I'm asking you in your weakest and most tired moment to get creative. But I know you can do it. I know you can. And if after all of this you're still stuck, then go talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a coworker, talk to someone in your church or business organization, talk to a friend, a neighbor, talk to someone and say, okay, help me, I'm stuck. Help me come up with 10, 15, 20 minutes that I can find by myself every day. And during that time, be as gentle with yourself as possible. And let me give you one more thing to think about. If you had a really good friend who had just been in a horrific car accident and she was bruised and broken and hurt all over and in the bed because of all the injuries, how would you treat her? You would go visit with her, you'd sit with her, you'd be quiet with her. You would be kind with her and gentle with her. You would do whatever you felt like she needed to help her through this time. I want you to do the same thing for you. You may not have been in a horrible car accident just lately. You've been in a horrible emotional accident, though. And your emotions, every part of you, your head, your heart, every part of you emotionally is as wounded as if your body had hit a wall in an automobile accident. We can't see the wounds, but they are so there. And sometimes I know those emotional wounds are actually longer lasting and deeper than a physical wound. I checked one time, I watched a bruise on my arm to see how long does it take for this bruise to go away. And it took it about 3 weeks. Emotional pain? Psh, don't you wish it'd go away in 3 weeks? I know I do. Emotional pain lasts a lot longer. And it can be much deeper and much more damaging. And so what I'm asking is that you pay attention to that and treat yourself with the same kindness that you would treat your friend who just had a car accident. And during that time, either allow yourself quiet or journal or listen to a podcast that's encouraging, read a book that's encouraging, whatever that you can do that's going to help yourself grow. Also, 2 more things that I strongly advocate and love are meditation. I've mentioned it before in another video, but I think the Headspace app is an absolutely amazing app where they not only are you having mindfulness meditation, but you're learning how to do it because the developers of that particular app are really good at putting in all the healthy components of meditation so that you're learning it as you're doing it. And then another thing that is exceptionally helpful is tapping. There is a growing body of research that shows how much tapping can do for us. It's called, you'll look it up under EFT or Emotional Freedom Technique or tapping. And tapping is a procedure where you were using the pressure points that are the same pressure points that are used during acupuncture. and you're helping your body by things that you say. You're helping your mind to process through the injuries you faced and to help you find healing and strength and courage to move forward. So talk to someone, find a solution for your time crunch. I know you have one. We all do, and I know you have one. Find a solution to get yourself a few minutes of quiet by yourself. Take care of yourself. What will come out of that is a determination to go have lunch with your friends and to go have that pedicure, do some fun things. Come up with something you've always wanted to do and have never had much time to. Have you ever wanted to learn to play golf maybe, or pickleball, or ride horses, or play chess, or learn a language, go to a class at the gym? Any of those things you wanted to do but just haven't given yourself time or allowed yourself? Now's the time to find a way. Okay, you're going to take care of yourself, and guess what? Here's the greatest part. This is one kind of homework that is nothing but fun. So I'm looking forward to that for you. Take care of yourself this week and take me seriously on this one. This is really important. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a very special day and special week. And if it doesn't come naturally, I hope you make it special, because you can. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.